Hey, what is up, podcast? Welcome back to another episode. Today's episode, pretty exciting because it is International Podcast Day. So I had to make one, and this is a long-awaited one for me. It's episode number 15, and I'm going to be talking about the top 4 contenders for gel pens. Okay, if anyone knows me, they know that I am in love with stationery, particularly pens, as you can see up here. Oh, also, this episode is going to be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and as well as YouTube. So I highly recommend if you're looking to see like the swatch test of each of the pens over a highlighter, 2 different types of highlighters, a water-based one, and then the Sharpie like smear guard one, as well as just how the pens perform and see if there's any railroading or anything like that, then I highly recommend watching the YouTube video. It'll be linked down below on whatever platform you're watching it on. So, let's get started. I think I want to start off with the 2 that have refills. And I wrote down some notes just to make sure that I'm getting all the prices and everything correctly. I think I want to start off with my absolute favorite. I'm a little biased, but all the research is fair. I found it off of each of the company's websites. And for the ones that didn't sell it directly on their product website, then I went on Amazon for the other 2. So, let's start off with the Pentalk Energel. This is a gel pen that has the alloy barrel, if you can see. Super nice, super sleek. So this barrel is available in silver, black, pink, teal, purple, and navy blue. This one, inside of it, this is the first original like ink inside of it, and it's the 0.7 conical tip. So if you also wanted to refill it, every single Energel pen is compatible with the refills. So you can get a refill of 0.3, which is their extra fine, 0.5, which is their fine, and then 0.7, which is currently in this one, which is medium, and then 1 millimeter, which is their bold edition. So this pen individually was $9.95, which is pricey, but the barrel is super sturdy. It's honestly just super nice because the other barrels they have for like their RX series of the Energels are a little bit junky, a little clicky, not the most, they just, you get what you're paying for those. So what the real thing I love about Pentalk is that they offer refills. And for the refills, you can get a dual pack of either the needle tip or the conical tip for $2.58, which is pretty good. And then you easily just can screw off the tip of this and then replace the ink, which is super nice. And then the next one that is very popular is the Pilot G2 series. This one's in the 0.38, which is their ultra fine width. So a 2-pack of these will run you about $4.76. And then obviously if you buy it in larger quantities, you're gonna get a bit of a discount, but this is like 2 packs the smallest they sell it in. The other things that they have for the widths are 0.5, which is their extra fine, 0.7, which is their fine, and then 1 millimeter, which is their bold. So also these ones do use refills, which is great. So you can get a dual pack of them for $2.78, which is great. I love when companies do that because then you don't have to throw away the barrel every time you want to get a new pen. So for this one personally, I do feel like it's a bit scratchy. That could be because it's the 0.38 and that's the smallest width they have for the tip, but yeah, and I also do notice that with these pens, they run out very fast, and not in the way as in like all of the ink's gone. It's though you'll be about near the grip part and none of the ink will flow out anymore, which is just kind of frustrating because it's like you still see all the ink there, but you're not able to use the pen. And I don't see that with the Pentalk Energels, but I'll leave my bias behind for this while I'm going through them. And then the main reason I've been kind of really in the mood to make this video is because, and podcast of course, but it's because the Sharpie S Gel has made its little viral moment on Twitter, and a lot of my friends are sending me the thread to it because I don't have Twitter, but they're like, Lauren, look at this, what do you think of this pen? And I was like, well, I actually reviewed it already. So on my little private story on Snapchat, I get excited whenever I get pens, so I always review them and talk about them. And so this is the Sharpie S Gel. This one's in the 0.7 millimeters, and a pack of 4 of these will run you $5.27. So they also offer it in 3 other widths. They have 0.5, which is their fine, 0.7, this one currently, which is medium, and then 1 millimeter, which is bold. The sad thing about Sharpie is that, maybe it's just because they're a newer brand, but they do not offer refills. So every time you get another pen, you have to buy the whole barrel and then the refill again. They're quite inexpensive and they are smooth, so we'll see if it passes the smear test, which spoiler alert, it does. You'll see in the clip. I'm gonna overlay them on top. Yeah. And then another popular pen that I see is the Papermate ink gels, or the Inkjoy gel pens. Not the Inkjoy like ballpoint pens. I don't really like those too much. But so a pack of 4 of these will cost you $3.97, and they are available in 0.5 and 0.7 millimeters. This one is in 0.7, and honestly, I just love the way it looks. Like, I like how it has the the transparent window where you can see the ink. I just think it's a nice little feature that it has, and it's quite sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap. The barrel is kind of heavy, and it's just one uniform streamline kind of thing. So when you're holding it, there's no grip or anything like the other 2 have. And then the regular version of the Pentalk does have the grip, but this one does not, since it's the alloy. The other thing with the Papermate Inkjoy gels is that they do not offer refills. So if you're thinking sustainably, you might enjoy the Pentalks more, or the Pilot G2s, because they do offer refills, so you don't have to throw away the barrel or recycle it. I don't know if you can recycle these. I'm not too sure about that. So for the smear test, actually, I was quite surprised to see that these Papermate Inkjoy gels don't smear. But everyone's favorite pen, you know, it's a cult classic. I'm just not involved in that cult because I just can't get behind it when people don't talk about the Pentel Energels, which are the best pen ever. But the Pilot G2 series, they smear so much. I think it's because the ink is like a water-based ink, and it smears a lot, as you're gonna see in this clip. But yeah, so obviously the Energel and the Pilots are gonna be more expensive than the Sharpie and the Papermate pens, but it all depends on your preference. I think they're all quite smooth pens, which is great. I love how so going off on what my favorite pen is, I love how it flows. I just love how smooth it is. It's one of those pens where you don't need a surface underneath the paper to write on. You can write on it just the paper alone. You can write on it on top of other papers. I know sometimes with like thinner tips for pens, you do have to have like a surface underneath so it doesn't feel like as scratchy. Maybe the ink won't perform as well, but not the case with the Pentel Energels. So I think I'm gonna wrap this video up at that. If you're watching it on YouTube, I'll have the prices and the different barrel colors and the different sizes and all the information on the screen. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I'm definitely going to be doing a different kind of pen series because I just love pens, and there are so many pens I can talk about. If you can see the little pen organizer right up here. So yeah, as always, stay well, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.